Can you believe it? There's a country where premarital intimacy is allowed, and the wife chooses a new bride for her husband. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Join me as we explore this unusual country and the story behind this shocking Is this a sign of progress or just a backward tradition? Hidden within the majestic mountains and sprawling deserts of Iran, a country steeped in history and shrouded in cultural enigma, lie extraordinary customs that challenge conventional notions of marriage and love. Have you ever heard of the practice of premarital intimacy being not only tolerated but embraced, or the astonishing tradition of a wife hand-picking a new bride for her own husband? Prepare to be captivated as we embark on a journey to the enigmatic land of Iran, where secrets surrounding marriage and family life are waiting to be unveiled. Before we get into the main content, please do me a favor and hit the subscribe button. It's a great motivation for the channel. Thank you so much. In this captivating exploration, we will delve into the heart of Iranian society, where ancient traditions intertwine with modern complexities. We'll uncover the truth behind the controversial practice of sister or temporary marriage, a unique arrangement sanctioned by Shia Islam that allows couples to unite for a predetermined period. What are the motivations behind this unconventional union? Is it a reflection of cultural openness or a pragmatic solution to societal challenges? But the mysteries don't end there. Brace yourself for the astonishing revelation of the Qashqai tribe, where wives hold the extraordinary power to choose new brides for their husbands. This age-old custom, deeply rooted in the tribe's nomadic heritage, raises intriguing questions about gender dynamics, family structures, and the evolving roles of women in Iranian society. Join us as we navigate the labyrinthine corridors of Iranian culture, peeling back the layers of tradition and taboo to reveal the captivating truths that lie beneath. Get ready to be amazed, challenged, and perhaps even inspired by the extraordinary customs that shape the lives and loves of the Iranian people. Iran, historically known as Persia, is nestled in West Asia, covering an expansive area of over 1,648,000 square km. Iran is home to a vibrant population exceeding 86 million people. This land of soaring mountains boasts 1,500 peaks towering above 3,000 m, creating a landscape of chill, snow-covered winters and scorching hot summers, particularly in the southern regions. Iran holds substantial geopolitical sway in the Middle East. It shares borders with Azerbaijan, Armenia, Turkey, Iraq, Pakistan, Afghanistan, and Turkmenistan. The Caspian Sea lies to the north, while the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman embrace its southern shores. The strategically vital Strait of Hormuz, a critical artery for global oil transport, also falls within Iran's domain. With a rich history that traces back to the illustrious Persian Empire, established by Cyrus the Great in 550 BC, Iran's past is as fascinating as its present. Join us on this journey as we delve into the mysteries and uncover the remarkable facts about this captivating nation. Number 1. Marriage in Iran, a unique practice known as temporary marriage, or saish in Persian and nikah muta in Arabic, allows a man and a woman to marry for a predetermined period, which can range from just a few hours to several years. Sanctioned by Shia Islam, this form of marriage does not require witnesses or official registration. The couple agrees on a dowry and the duration of the marriage contract beforehand. When the contract ends, they can separate without a formal divorce. Article 175 of Iranian civil law permits temporary marriages, allowing men over the age of 15 and women over 13 to enter into such contracts. Unmarried women need their father's approval, while widows or divorced women men, whether married or not, must prove they have a monthly income or sufficient personal assets to cover expenses for the woman during their time together. To validate the marriage contract, both parties must bring their identification to the marriage registration office and have a simple ceremony with religious officials as witnesses. Although temporary marriages can last indefinitely if both parties agree, they typically last about 3 to 5 months in Iran. Some human rights activists support this practice, believing it helps reduce illegal prostitution, as an estimated 34 young people in the country are involved in such activities. Nearly 65% of Iran's population is under 25 years old, but many are unemployed and lack the financial means to marry, making temporary marriages a solution for their romantic and sexual needs without breaking the law. However, critics argue that this form of marriage causes numerous social issues. There are thousands of cases where children are born without knowing their fathers, and most men are reluctant to start families with women who have been through contractual marriages. Temporary marriages are particularly common in religious cities like Mashhad and Qom, where many visitors, including foreign tourists, engage in such arrangements during their stays. This has led to the proliferation of unlicensed guest houses catering to male tourists seeking temporary wives, further complicating the debate around the practice. However, the intricacies of marriage in Iran don't end with temporary unions. A Qashqai tribe presents an equally fascinating yet entirely different approach to matrimonial arrangements. If you enjoyed this video, please comment with the number 1. If you didn't like it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more exciting content. Number 2. A tribe of wives choosing a new bride for their husbands. Qashqai is the second largest ethnic group in Iran. They are renowned for their semi-nomadic lifestyle, migrating seasonally between the lush summer pastures of the Zagros Mountains and the warmer southern plains during winter. They are often referred to as the last nomads of Iran, primarily residing around the cities of Shiraz and Firuzabad in Fars province. Remarkably, many Qashqai still sustain themselves by herding livestock and steadfastly preserving their traditional customs. A particularly intriguing aspect of Qashqai culture is their unique marriage practices. Men are only allowed to have more than one wife if the first wife consents, typically in situations where she cannot have children and arranges for another wife to maintain the family lineage. The decision and arrangement for an additional wife are entirely in the hands of the first wife, with the husband having no say or right to object. Furthermore, living as a single person is strictly forbidden and considered a grave sin among the Qashqai. They view this as a selfish lifestyle, contrary to their belief in the law of survival and communal living. Given the Qashqai's unique approach to marriage and their strong emphasis on communal living, what are your thoughts on the first wife's pivotal role in deciding if her husband can take another wife? Do you think this empowers women within their culture, or does it impose an unfair burden on them? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Leading in refugees. Did you know that Iran is one of the world's leading countries in hosting refugees, primarily due to the influx from neighboring Afghanistan? According to the latest data, Iran is the second largest refugee hosting country globally, right after Turkey. This significant increase is mainly due to the updated estimates of Afghan refugees, which now include a large number of undocumented individuals, as well as those holding various forms of residency permits. By the end of the year 2022, Iran was hosting over 3.4 million refugees and individuals in refugee-like situations. This figure includes more than 1.1 million Afghans with varying statuses, such as residents with permits, family passport holders, and undocumented individuals. The ongoing conflicts and deteriorating conditions in Afghanistan have driven many to seek refuge in Iran. Iran's policies have been relatively inclusive, providing refugees with access to education, healthcare, and employment opportunities. For instance, since the year 2015, Iran has allowed Afghan children to attend primary and secondary schools regardless of their documentation status. Currently, over 800,000 Afghan children are enrolled in Iranian schools, studying alongside Iranian children. However, despite these efforts, the financial support needed to sustain these initiatives has been insufficient. In the year 2023, the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees reported that only 23 of the required $14.01 million in funding was received, highlighting a significant shortfall in the resources needed to address the humanitarian needs of the refugees and the host communities. While Iran is making significant strides in supporting a large refugee population, it's also carving out a niche in a completely different arena: plastic surgery, particularly nose jobs. If you enjoyed this video, please comment with the number. If you didn't like it, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel for more exciting nose job capital of the world. When it comes to plastic surgery, most people think of South Korea or Thailand. However, Iran is actually leading the way in the number of nose surgeries performed each year. Although there are no exact figures, estimates suggest that Iran has nearly 40,000 nose surgeries annually. Despite Iran's strict regulations, especially for women, the trend of nose jobs is slowly changing societal norms. Cosmetic surgery clinics in Iran are now crowded, and it's not just women. More and more men are also getting interested in cosmetic procedures. Beauty services in Iran are attracting foreign customers due to their much cheaper prices compared to the United States and Europe. This trend is seen by many as a sign that Iranian society is becoming more modern. Cosmetic procedures are believed to boost confidence and provide better opportunities in life. However, some people disagree, feeling that the country is becoming too westernized. Economically, Iran offers nose surgeries at a much lower cost compared to Western countries, fueling both domestic and international demand. The average cost of rhinoplasty in Iran ranges from $1,500 to $3,500, significantly lower than in the United States or Europe, making it an attractive destination for medical tourists. The presence of highly skilled surgeons in modern medical facilities further enhances Iran's reputation as a leading center for rhinoplasty. Before we continue, I have a 10-second request for all of you. If you can help us out, please hit that subscribe button. It would mean a lot to us. In return, we promise to keep making this show even better for you. Superpower. Did you know that Iran is the second largest producer of natural gas globally, right after Russia? In fact, it also ranks as the third largest producer of natural gas in the world, trailing only Russia and the United States. Oil and gas are central to Iran's energy needs, accounting for about 80% of the country's domestic energy consumption and forming a significant part of its export value. In the year 2022, Iran was expected to extract approximately 3.45 million barrels of oil daily. International organizations reported that Iran's income from oil exports in the year 2021 was around $38.07 billion, and predictions for the year 2022 estimated this figure to rise to $50 billion. But Iran isn't just about fossil fuels. The country has been making strides in renewable energy, investing in wind and solar power. Currently, renewables make up about 6% of Iran's total electricity production, and the government aims to increase this to 10% by the year 2025. Iran is also rich in mineral resources. According to the United States Geological Survey, Iran boasts some of the world's largest reserves of zinc, copper, and iron ore. Additionally, this nation has significant deposits of chromium, manganese, sulfur, gold, uranium, and titanium. In the nuclear field, Iran has made substantial progress, including enriching uranium to 9-tier purity, a level suitable for nuclear weapons material. The country has developed advanced centrifuge plants to enhance the uranium enrichment process and has been operating nuclear power plants since the year 2011. And if that wasn't enough, Iran is renowned for producing the most expensive Persian rugs in the world, a testament to its rich cultural heritage and craftsmanship. Manned activities in Iran. A wide range of activities are either banned or heavily restricted due to the country's political, social, and cultural regulations. Internet usage is tightly controlled, with major social media platforms like Twitter, YouTube, and Telegram being banned. Despite this, many Iranians use virtual private networks to access these platforms. Cultural and artistic expressions that criticize the government or support protests can lead to severe consequences, including the arrest of high-profile figures such as rapper Tumajay Salai. Protests are often met with force, including tear gas and arrests, particularly targeting marginalized groups. Academic and research collaborations with foreign entities are restricted under United States sanctions, requiring government approval for activities such as travel, financial assistance, and research. Women face significant restrictions. They need their husband's permission to obtain passports or travel and are governed by discriminatory laws in personal status matters. See, importing merchandise and engaging in financial transactions with Iranian entities without specific licenses are also restricted under United States sanctions. Public morality laws enforce strict dress codes, particularly for women, with violations leading to fines or arrests. Media and publications are tightly controlled, with journalists facing imprisonment for reporting on sensitive issues such as the death of Mahsa Amini. Persian carpets. In a world brimming with drama, we cannot ignore the iconic phrase flying carpet from ancient Persian tales. This mystical image has enchanted millions globally and stands as a source of immense pride for the people of Iran. Suite with an average price of $3,000, sometimes soaring into the hundreds of thousands. Persian carpets are among the most expensive in the world. These masterpieces have a rich history spanning at least 2.5 centuries. 500 years ago, under the Persian Empire, carpet weaving evolved into an art form that reflects the culture and history of Iran. Each carpet, created entirely by hand, was considered a masterpiece, often taking years or even decades to complete. Persian carpets are distinguished by their materials, patterns, and weaving techniques, which include many traditional styles. What makes these carpets truly captivating is that they mirror the soul of the weaver. By delving into the intricate designs, one can feel the emotions and stories woven into each. Recognized by UNESCO as an intangible cultural heritage, the materials used in Persian carpets are predominantly natural. These natural fibers ensure durability and vibrant colors that outlast synthetic alternatives. The dyes extracted from plants or insects add to the uniqueness of each rug, ensuring no two are identical. It's the most expensive Persian rug on record. According to the Guinness World Records, belongs to the class of silk rugs and fetched $33.07 million at an auction in New York as of the year 2013. Carpet exports were a significant contributor to Iran's economy, second only to. However, this tradition is at risk of disappearing, as younger generations show little interest in the trade, deterred by the health issues faced by their predecessors. If this trend continues, in just 15 to 20 years, Iran could lose this valuable tradition entirely. Despite challenges like international sanctions, Iran's carpet industry remains significant, employing nearly 5 million people and exporting to over 100 countries. The high prices of Iranian carpets are a testament to the quality of materials, skilled craftsmanship, and unique designs, making them highly sought after worldwide. Just as the intricate designs of Persian carpets weave together the history and culture of Iran, the vibrant and dynamic youth population is intricately shaping the nation's present and future. Stay tuned. Youthful population. Iran's youth population represents a significant and dynamic segment of its society. As of the year 2024, Iran's total population is approximately 89.8 million, with a substantial portion being young people. Specifically, about 34% of Iran's population falls within the youth category, aged 15 to 29 years old. The median age in Iran is 33 years, indicating a relatively young population overall. This youthful demographic is particularly impactful in urban areas, where 74.2% of the population resides. Education and employment are critical issues for Iranian youth. The country has achieved near-universal primary school enrollment, and there is significant participation at secondary and tertiary education levels. However, youth unemployment remains a challenge, with higher rates for those aged 15 to 24 years old due to the transition from education to the labor market. Politically, Iranian youth have been highly active. The post-2009 election protests, known as the Green Movement, saw significant participation from young Iranians who utilized social media and other networks to organize and express dissent. This movement highlighted the political engagement and influence of Iran's younger generation. Iran's youth are not only a large demographic, but also a driving force for social, economic, and political change. Their contributions and the challenges they face will continue to shape the country's future. Segregation of genders. Gender discrimination in Iran is deeply entrenched in its legal, social, and cultural frameworks, profoundly impacting the lives of women. The legal system, heavily influenced by Islamic Sharia law, imposes numerous restrictions on women. For instance, a woman needs consent from a male guardian to get married, and their inheritance rights are not equal to those of men. Women are also subjected to mandatory dress codes that require them to cover their hair and wear loose-fitting clothing, with severe penalties for any violations. In the workplace, women face job segregation, harassment, and limited legal recourse. Certain fields of education remain off-limits to them. Politically, women's participation is significantly hindered due to candidacy restrictions and minimal representation in parliament. Despite these formidable challenges, Iranian women continue to actively campaign against discriminatory laws and practices, often risking government crackdowns. International organizations, including the United Nations and various human rights groups, consistently criticize Iran's gender discrimination and advocate for women's rights. These issues are well documented by Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch, United Nations reports, scholarly articles, and various news outlets. Number continent's highest volcano. Damavand, a dormant stratovolcano, is located in the Alborz mountain range, just south of the Caspian Sea, approximately 66 km northeast of Tehran. Rising to an impressive height of 5,671 m above sea level, it is not only the highest peak in Iran, but also the tallest volcano in all of Asia. Remarkably, it ranks among the top 12 most prominent mountains in the world. The last eruption of Damavand occurred around 5,350 years ago, but even today, the summit features a small volcanic crater surrounded by sulfuric fumaroles. Glaciers encircling the mountain play a crucial role in supplying water to the nearby settlements and feeding several major rivers in Iran. However, these glaciers have been rapidly retreating due to climate change. At the base of Mount Damavand, hot springs are renowned for their therapeutic properties, particularly in treating chronic wounds and skin diseases. The water from these springs is bottled and distributed throughout Iran, symbolizing the resilience of the Iranian people against authoritarian regimes and foreign domination, as depicted in ancient Zoroastrian texts and myths. Legend has it that the three-headed dragon Azzi-Dahaka was chained to this mountain until the end of it. Additionally, the tyrant Zahak was said to be imprisoned in a cave on Mount Damavand after being defeated by the heroes Cave and Faridun. The mountain is also steeped in mysticism, believed to possess magical powers. According to legend, a hero once shot a magical arrow from its peak to delineate the country's borders during a territorial dispute. Bonus: our exploration of Iran's unique marriage customs not only opens a window into a diverse and complex culture, but also offers valuable lessons about love, marriage, and the role of women in society. Respect for cultural diversity. Iran shows us that marriage and love can be expressed in many different ways. It is important to respect and understand different cultural values without imposing our own views on others. In both the Sai tradition and the Qashqai custom of choosing a new wife, consent and communication between all parties are key. This reminds us of the importance of open communication and respecting each other's wishes in a relationship. The Qashqai custom demonstrates that women can play an active role in shaping their married lives. This raises questions about women's autonomy in different cultures and how we can empower them to make important decisions. These customs remind us that marriage is not solely about romantic love, but also involves many other factors such as family traditions, economics, and social responsibilities. Love and marriage are ever-changing. Iranian culture shows that love and marriage are not static concepts but evolve over time and with social context. It is important to adapt and find new ways to maintain and grow relationships. Understanding and appreciating these lessons can help us build stronger relationships, respect diversity, and create a more open and equitable society. Iran, a country with unique marriage customs, has given us a fresh perspective on love and marriage. Whether you agree or disagree, there's no denying that these traditions have existed and evolved over centuries, reflecting a part of the rich culture and history of this country. Hopefully, this exploration has brought you interesting insights and new reflections on love and marriage.